Ever wondered about the origins of the foot or the pound as units of measurement? Why does the UK still use miles instead of kilometers? Welcome back to our series on units of measurement. Today, in part 3, we're shifting our focus to British engineering units, often known as the Imperial system. British engineering units are a unique system of measurement that have been used for centuries across the globe, particularly in the United Kingdom and the United States. These units include familiar terms like feet, pounds, and gallons, but also lesser-known units like stone or furlong. Understanding these units is not just a matter of historical interest, but also of practical necessity. From everyday activities like cooking and driving, to specialized fields like construction and aviation, British engineering units are deeply woven into the fabric of our daily lives. But what exactly are British engineering units? They're a system of measurement that originated in the British Empire and are used to measure various physical quantities such as length, mass, volume, and force. Each of these quantities has a specific unit associated with it. For instance, length is typically measured in feet and inches, while mass is measured in pounds. Why is it important to understand them? For one, these units are still widely used in certain parts of the world, including the United States. They're also used in various industries, from construction to aviation. Moreover, understanding these units can help us better appreciate the history and culture of the places where they're used. But British engineering units aren't just about history and culture, they're also about practicality. These units are often more intuitive and easier to use in everyday life than their metric counterparts. For example, it's easier to visualize a foot than a meter or a pound than a kilogram. So whether you're an engineering student, a history buff, or just curious about the world around you, there's something for everyone in the fascinating world of British engineering units. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of British engineering units. The roots of the British engineering units run deep into history, mainly tracing back to the British Empire. These units, which we now commonly refer to as the Imperial system, were born out of necessity, serving a multitude of purposes in everyday life and various industries. The genesis of the Imperial system can be traced back to the Middle Ages. The kings of England, aiming for standardization, introduced units like the foot, yard, and pound. The foot was defined as the length of a man's foot. The yard was the distance from the tip of the king's nose to the end of his outstretched thumb, and the pound was the weight of a tower pound, a type of coin. Over time, these units evolved and were refined. The British Weights and Measures Act of 1824 standardized the yard and pound, laying the foundation for the imperial system as we know it today. But the British engineering units were more than just a means of measurement. They were a symbol of the empire's far-reaching influence. As the empire expanded across the globe, so did its units. Trade, construction, engineering, all were conducted using these units, embedding them deeply into the fabric of the societies within the empire. Even after the empire's decline, the imperial system remained. The United States, once a British colony, continued to use these units, adapting them into what is now known as the U.S. customary units. Even today, despite the global dominance of the metric system, you can still find traces of the imperial system in many places. In the United Kingdom, road signs are in miles, beer is poured in pints, and fabric is sold by the yard. These units have stood the test of time and are still in use today in certain areas. They are a testament to the enduring power of tradition and the legacy of an empire that once spanned the globe. The British engineering units, with their rich history and practical applications, remain an integral part of our world, shaping the way we measure and understand it. The British engineering system has its unique units for length, mass, force, and volume. Let's break down these units and understand their significance. Starting with length, the British engineering system adopts feet, inches, and yards as primary units. A foot, as you may already know, comprises 12 inches, and 3 feet make up a yard. These units are deeply ingrained in our everyday lives, from measuring the height of a person to the length of a football field. Moving on to mass and force units, we encounter pounds and pounds force, respectively. In this system, mass is measured in pounds, often abbreviated as lbs. Now you might wonder, what about force? Well, that's where pounds force, or lbf, come into play. A pound force is the amount of force exerted by a 1-pound mass under the influence of standard gravity. These units are not just confined to the realms of mechanical engineering, but also find their use in our day-to-day activities. Finally, let's delve into volume and capacity units. Here, the British system employs gallons and fluid ounces. A gallon, for those of you who are curious, is equivalent to roughly 3.785 liters in the international system of units. Fluid ounces, on the other hand, serve as smaller units for measuring liquids. These units, though different from the metric system, have their own unique applications. It's crucial to acknowledge that while the metric system is widely used globally, the British engineering units still hold their ground in certain regions and industries, particularly in the United States and the United Kingdom. So there you have it, a brief overview of the British engineering system's units for length, mass, force, and volume. As we continue to explore, remember that understanding these units is more than just memorizing conversions. It's about appreciating the historical and practical context that brought them into existence. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into their applications and challenges in the next segment. Even with the worldwide prevalence of the metric system, the British engineering units have their own practical uses. Still widely adopted in the United States and the United Kingdom, these units are deeply ingrained in certain sectors, forming an integral part of their daily operations. Let's delve into some of these industries. In the construction industry, measurements in feet, inches, and pounds are the norm. Whether it's the height of a building, the width of a door frame, or the weight of construction materials, these units are the language spoken on site. This is largely due to the historical use of these units in architectural drawings and blueprints. Moving on to aviation, the story is a bit different but equally intriguing. Here, the British engineering units are used for altitude, speed, and even aircraft weight. For instance, a plane's altitude is typically measured in feet, its speed in nautical miles per hour, and weight in pounds. Even in the automotive industry, these units find their place. Car speeds are often discussed in miles per hour, and fuel efficiency in miles per gallon. These measurements are part of the automotive culture, especially in the United States. However, it's not all smooth sailing with the British engineering units. These units pose certain challenges, especially in the scientific arena. Unlike the metric system, which is based on powers of 10, the British engineering units can seem less intuitive. Converting from one unit to another often requires complex calculations, making it less appealing for scientific purposes. Moreover, the lack of standardization can lead to confusion. For instance, an American gallon differs from a British gallon, leading to potential inconsistencies. This is why many scientific fields have transitioned to the International System of Units, or SI units, for precision and consistency. Despite these challenges, British engineering units continue to hold their ground in certain industries. They are a testament to the historical evolution of measurements and a reminder of the diversity that exists even in the realm of units of measurement. Through our journey, we've explored the depth and breadth of British engineering units. We've journeyed back in time to the roots of the Imperial system, born out of the vastness of the British Empire and crafted for trade, construction, and engineering. We've discovered the unique units of length, from the humble inch to the more substantial yard. We've held in our hands the pound, a unit of mass, and felt the force of a pound force, a unit of gravitational pull. We've poured gallons and sipped fluid ounces, exploring the capacity and volume units that are so integral to the system. We've also seen this system in action, from the construction sites of America to the aviation industry of the United Kingdom. British engineering units, while less common in a world increasingly favoring the metric system, continue to hold their ground, serving as a testament to the enduring influence of historical traditions. But we've also faced the challenges that come with this system. The less intuitive nature of these units for scientific applications and the complexity of conversions between systems can be a hurdle. But it's these very challenges that have led to the evolution and adoption of alternative systems like the International System of Units. Our exploration of units of measurement doesn't end here. There's a whole world of units that we're yet to uncover. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into British engineering units, we look ahead to our next adventure. In our next episode, we'll dive into the fascinating world of the International System of Units, SI. We'll explore its origins, its units, and its global significance. We'll navigate the challenges and triumphs of this system and see how it has come to be the standard for scientific measurements around the world. So buckle up as we continue our exploration of the universe of units. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.